full contact?
Well, I mean, the way we practice with tops on or with full pads is basically the same. I think what we'll do today is just prepare them for some of the cut blocking that they'll get, or defeating a low block or a cut block. But really, we don't really operate any differently. They may think it's different, but it's really not. So we only operate a certain way, whether it's tops or full gear.
Do you have a scrimmage plan for this weekend or for your first?
Yeah,
game?
we're hoping. Again, it's going to depend on the weather, but we're hoping for Sunday to get our first scrimmage in.
Then the second one will be the following Sunday. Is that kind of the plan?
The second one is actually the following Monday, which is 2 weeks out. So we like to try to get that one in 2 weeks out, and then we can get a real good, firm grip on our personnel and where we need to make changes, and then settle in there for the next 12, 13 days.
Is that when you think you'll settle too deep? You mentioned that the other day.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's gonna be a little bit longer, but I mean, we're getting a good idea right now who the travel is. The first thing is who looks like they're going to travel, and then we'll go too deep from there.
Jordan was saying, it is day 4 now. I think 5. And now they're starting to settle in a little bit. The initial excitement is starting to fade a little bit. How are they keeping that excitement up?
Well, again, we're trying to teach them the process, and that means just go to work every day. And it is a grind, and I'm not going to tell you it's not a grind, but that's why we need a team. We need unity and we need leadership to get through this. You can't just give in to the grind. You can't just punch the clock. We need them to really execute and thrive right now, and so we try to make it fun for them. But at the end of the day, when we're out here working, we got to get it done.
Have leaders started to emerge? Have you seen that?
I think so. I mean, we're seeing more leaders, and we're seeing more from different classes. So I think there'll be enough leadership here. We got to keep seeing and keep teaching and keep evaluating.
Al, obviously you made clear that the quarterback job is between Jacory and Steven. Where does that put a kid like Whipple, his situation?
Well, Whip works hard every day. He prepares. He knows the offense. When he gets his opportunities, he executes. But again, Whip's in a situation like many guys are. He's one play away from being the next guy in. And we all have to develop that next man in mentality. We learned that a little bit yesterday. We had a lesson on the field in terms of that, and we need more guys preparing to be a starter.
Coach, staying with the quarterbacks, what have you seen out of Ryan Williams' transfer? I'm not sure about his status in play, but how have you liked how he's looking?
Well, I like him. I mean, he's talented. He's smart. He has experience in college, so he's a little bit more mature, and I like his approach. So. He'll continue to get reps. We'll bring him along. We don't know what his status is right now, but we'll see.
Coach, Duke is unveiling an indoor facility. Virginia Tech is planning one. FSU's got one in the works. Is that something that you see here down the road, or?
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's not going to determine whether or not we're a good football team this year, but ultimately down the road that would be great, addition for our program. But I'm really not concerned about that right now.
Any closer to the 5? You say you're going to settle on 5 offensive line.
No. No, you know why? Because Fig is really healthy, and he's a guy that we really didn't see in the spring, and we didn't know how quick he would pick it up. But he's really bright. He's mature. He's one of our leaders, so he's been an incredible surprise for us. And he has something to say who the 5 are. I can tell you that right now. So we'll keep rotating guys in there. We'll try to come up with the right grouping, and then obviously we have no further information on Chantrell, but of course, whether that's a year long or short term, that will determine how we make changes as well.
With Fig, he's played both guard and tackle here. Are you looking at one position?
Fig? Yeah. Well, I mean, he's smart enough to play both, but right now we're looking at him in guard, but he can also play tackle as well.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, not for necessarily an update, but was Chantrell released, just so we know, from the hospital?
He was released yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
Coach, the coaching staff, and especially you lead the charge as far as sprinting from drill to drill. Is that like a lead by example? You're trying to kind of push.
I'm just trying to get in shape. I put on so much weight since I've been here. I'm just trying to do my part to get in shape. So, no, we just try to have a good tempo. To be honest with you, we just try to have a good tempo, and you do lead by example, and it's heartfelt. To be honest with you, we want a team that plays with energy and plays with passion, and we have to exhibit that ourselves.
What kind of job do you think Andrew Swayze has done as the first?
Really good. He and his staff, they've done a good job. I mean, we're in shape, you know. And again, I think our focus has gone from physical and mental conditioning and trying to become a tougher team to just really focusing on the mental aspects of it. To be quite honest, because the physical is there. These guys can endure, you know, this type of practice now, and they can play at a high level for longer durations. So that's there. Now we have to get them. You know, we have to be a tougher team, and you know, part of that is, you know, just continue to grind, and part of that is having accountability and responsibility to each other.
The other thing is when your son grows up, would you love to coach him? If you know you're still coaching?
I would love to coach him in golf. So I'm hoping I can walk around the courses with him.
How about football?
No,
I mean, would that be kind of weird?
Sure, yeah, that would be kind of weird, but that's a long way away. So,
Coach, you talk about mental toughness
Yeah.
and some of the drills. Are you seeing less turnovers? Is it starting to pay dividends even in this short period of time?
yeah, I think we're seeing less turnover. I think we have 3 so far in training camp. You know. And you may be sitting there saying, well, it's only practice 5 or it's day 5, but I mean, there's so many reps in a practice, you know, to only have 3, because we have 2 fields going a lot of times with our 7-on-7 and stuff. So only have 3 is really good. So we're going to continue to harp on that. I think the kids are taking the lead with that, and hopefully we'll improve.
You, I know you're busy with your thing here, but did you reach out to Joe or Jay or anybody up there after Joe got hurt the other day?
I have not yet, but you know, I think I got some unique correspondence of phrases that guys were sending in, so I thought that was unique. Everybody was using his terminology against them, so which is fun.
Al, you've just speaking of Joe Pa, you've played and coached with a lot of great coaches. How much has that shaped what you are on game day in terms of you know, your management and what you do you know, in games?
I'm sure it has. I'm sure it has. You know, again, this is a new staff, so we're trying to all negotiate that. We're going to treat these 2 scrimmages like game day operations. You know, we'll have the offensive staff, you know, up and calling plays up there, and we'll have the defensive staff on their sideline. So we want to make sure that we get the communication right before we go out there on Labor Day night.